Like, let's do it like
That's good. What are you doing? Bitch, you got a kid in that damn motherfucking stroller? I hope you don't. You all in. Oh, this bitch did.
It's all good.
That bitch chilling.
Yeah. Hey, Shalom, Makim. Yeah, about Shimmy Shai Barakathum.
Walking up, baby. She
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. We're here with the brothers. The brother Sayonara in Dallas.
Hey, Shalom. Y'all about Shimmy Shai Barakathum.
Kataba, Ashayar. You already know what I look like. Hey, we're just doing it on the road. So, hey, whatever comes up, comes out. You know, we don't put our hands over our mouth. You know, just on the road, open prophecy. Open topic, open forum. You know, brother was talking about, you know, what gets you excited. You know, you should constantly have a sense of excitement. You know, there's always something to talk about. You know, and if it's not with this truth, then, you know, you have no business in here, because you see these people that go to work and every job site is like a high school to them. You know, it's like it's where they want to be. You see them talking to each other, high-fiving, you know, and getting into their zone. So, hey, this is supposed to be, if this word is in you, then this is your zone. You know, and this is your standard. This is what is required of you. If you love me, like Yahweh Shai said, then, you know, feed my sheep. And there's a lot of feed to throw out. There's a lot of seed to spread. The scripture tells you that the harvest is plenteous, but that the laborers are few, right? So with that being known, there's a work that's supposed to be done, and there's a certain way that work is supposed to be done. Okay, there's an effort that's supposed to be shown.
I got a precept.
Kinda.
This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 23. Refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty. For by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. So there you see that they're encouraging us to speak what Yahweh Shem Yahushai has imparted unto us, man. You know? So when there's occasion to do good, it's not just on the highways and the byways. It's in your everyday walk. And so you're interacting constantly with brothers, you know, enemies, and the like. So the scriptures say there, refrain not to speak. Now, there's balance to that, but at the same time, your mentality has to be, what would Yahweh Shai do? What would the Lord want me to do? So when things come arise, when you have a medium to talk, to put wisdom out there, understanding that everybody's not going to receive that wisdom, that does not make it to where you should not speak. Now, we grow in this thing, you have the wisdom to have salt with your speech, meaning, depending on certain situations, you're not gonna transgress the law and like denounce Yahweh Shai because someone wouldn't receive it, but you will say it in a manner to where they understand the point where you're coming from. So, like a great example is when people ask you, what do you want to eat, or there may be pork on the table, you know, you can say, nobody should be eating pork. That's against the Most High. Y'all, man, y'all gonna die. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not what that means when it says refrain not to speak. Because in the same manner, you be like, hey man, I'm allergic to pork. Yeah. You know, I don't eat that. You know. So, you know, back to the original point of refrain not to speak, we should be excited in the times that we're living in, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is making it to where we can see the prophecies happening before our eyes, man. We're seeing the mark of the beast being implemented right before everybody's eyes, and we have a great example of people that are blind to it, to where we cannot refrain. We have to refrain not to speak. We have to tell people. IUIC sees the mark of the beast being implemented, and instead of saying, hey, don't take the chip, the spirit is on them to be against it. So we have to bang on that. We have to bang on all these philosophies. We have to bang against the Christianity doctrine. Mm-hmm. We have to bang against all these different things. So let's go hard for it, you know?
That's right.
Hey, one thing you said, dealing with the speech, the scriptures also say, if I tell you of earthly things and you believe not, how much more of spiritual things? You know, so exercise and brothers, you know, that are, you know, groomed, you get in those certain situations, you should be able to, you know, tell somebody something, and if they get it, they get it, and if they don't, well, then they don't, and that kind of lets you know whether to go further with the conversation or to cut it off, you know? Just going in a little bit on what the brother was dealing with having that, you know, being seasoned, you know? But yeah, like the brothers bringing up, also you have these all these different groups and philosophies that are, you know, they gotta be, they're basically strongholds because people's minds are kept in there, captivated. And this truth is, like the scripture says, the truth shall set you free. Now, it's not going to be like the devil, the freedom of this truth isn't going to be like the devil's punch bowl, where you leave 110,000 of you and you go into a city, and now the city's population jumped to 120,000 overnight, and you get stuck in a new prison. That's not what this is. There's a total liberty in hey, there's a celebratory music. There's a true liberty in truth. And that's the age. Everyone's always said we're in the age of technology, the age of information. But you have people that are willingly ignorant. Watch out, bro. You have people that are willingly ignorant. Okay? So when it comes to this chip, I just did a sit down 2 nights ago. Okay? And in China, in their casinos, all the employees are wearing in their clothing trackable RFID technology. Okay, now you have these petri dishes that are being set up. You have a petri dish in China where they're wearing the clothing. You have another petri dish in, what was that, Ohio, where they're actually taking the physical chip to go into work and interact with the, you know, the company. So you have these, and then Puerto Rico. You know, I did a sit down this morning on Ephraim and, you know, the so-called Puerto Ricans on it. When Hosea was at 7 and 8, it tells you that they always go down to Egypt and Assyria for help. Puerto Rico's being helped out by who? America. And they're saying, look, there's not enough help. Paper towels aren't enough. We need water. We need power. So they got a $200 million contract from some company in, I think, Oklahoma or Kansas, and also one from Montana, you know, to get their power grid up, which they're fracking companies. So they're going to go in there and rape their fucking, their resources, which Puerto Rico means rich port, you know. And then yet again, another precept tells you that Ephraim, you know, gives their children over to Molech, man, to be sacrificed. They're constantly intermingling. That's why they're a cake not turned. They're constantly mingling with the enemy. So if you can see these things, all right, we tell you of earthly things, okay, but you don't see it, then how much more can we tell you of a spiritual thing? Okay? When we start telling you how you're going to have Israelites that look like white boys, that look like Arabs, that look like these other nations. Okay? That's what it's talking about, that large multitude in Revelation to be drawn out. Okay? And that understanding, it's exercised in your day-to-day walk, your day-to-day communication. When you deal with people on a job site, at work, brothers in the truth, people outside looking to come in, all that expertise, all that wisdom and knowledge, you're showing understanding, which is wisdom. Because knowledge is just to know. The understanding of it is the application, which shows wisdom. And this is the time for all of it to flourish. This is the time for it to flourish, and the Most High is putting the increase on who is to receive that increase. You know, hey, brothers got anything? You know, so I'm long-winded. So you know, so like, you know, so hey, you know, this is the time we're in. Hey, you know, 2 videos a week is nothing. 3 videos a week is nothing. You know, I oftentimes see myself, you know, just, you know, on a personal note, just, okay, I'm gonna do a 10-minute video. It turns into a 15. Say, okay, I'm gonna do a 15-minute segment, turns into a 30. Okay, I'm gonna do a 30-minute segment, it'll turn to 45 because ain't nobody's gonna watch that. You know? You go sit down to watch a show on TV, it's only 22 minutes because of all the commercials.
Yeah.
So, you know, after 30 minutes, Jake wants to change the channel. So, okay, what else is on? I got my other show to watch. You know? That's how the carnal mind works.
The Apostle Gabar did just not too long ago, did a lesson on, I forget what word he went into, but it meant ecstatic. If brothers have seen it, I don't know if brothers seen it or not, but it's going into the same point, man. You have to be excited about this truth, man. You know, you have to really wholeheartedly be really sincere about, you know, wanting to do this thing, man.
God.
It's not a chore, man. This is something that we're doing to appease the Heavenly Father for us to receive salvation, man. Hey, this is what we need to do to receive salvation, man. So you have to be excited about receiving salvation, man.
God. Yeah, it shouldn't be anything that's not going to get you excitable.
Can I just have this verse up? This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And yeah, so I pulled it up when Rob was talking just a little bit ago, because that's what it made me think of, as him speaking about actually getting that understanding, you know. And the brothers are going into how we are seeing this this beautiful time that's unfolding in front of us, and it should be more of a reason to get excited rather than to see it as a chore, you know. But gaining this truth is really gaining this wisdom and knowledge, which is going to see you through to salvation.
Yep.
Right. I got a scripture. This is Proverbs chapter 6 verse 4. It says, "Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler." So it says, deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter. We constantly got to be moving. We are in the hand of the hunter, man. We know that this white man is the devil. You got to keep moving, bro. You got to keep pushing. When you watch the Discovery Channel, what's the most exciting part?
Chase.
The chase, man. And that's what we on right now. But if the deer was just lying there and not doing nothing, would it get away? It wouldn't be an exciting chase, would it?
Yeah,
because you already know what's gonna happen.
That's bad TV.
You're gonna get mashed up, man. So these things happen in the spirit because we are the road to the hunter, man. You know? So you gotta keep moving. Okay? It says, verse 6, it says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise," man. The ant is building and getting prepared, man. Constantly working, preparing for the winter.
Quick precept for you, is 1 Peter's 5 and 8. "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour."
Man, there you go, man. There you go. You know, that's a great precept right there, brother, because this white man ain't gonna stop. He ain't stopping, so why should we? He constantly putting out his propaganda. He's constantly spraying chemtrails. He's constantly polluting the water. He's constantly polluting the food. He's constantly making legislation to keep you in slavery, to dumb down the people. He's constantly letting sin rule the world. So as men of the Lord, you know, and people who are banging against him, warriors for Yahushua say, we got to keep fighting. We got to push as hard as this white man is pushing. Because he's pushing fucking hard, man.
Yeah, I got one more precept.
Bring it out.
Is Revelations 12 and 12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
You know he hath but a short time. The agenda that he's pushing over the people, it's not gonna go on forever, man. at the end of the day, if we're not the men of the Lord, somebody is, and then the scriptures and the prophecies are going to be fulfilled.
That's right.
You know. So now, why not work hard to show that you're a man of the Lord?
Con. Yep.
You know. Why not push for that?
Con.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Real quick precept is 2nd Ezra 1 and 37. It says, I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say. You know? Because talking about getting excited about this thing, right? I'm going to highlight the point where it says, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. We're rejoicing in something that we haven't even physically seen. We just believe it. That's what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know, I can't create a portfolio, a portfolio like these devils do, and show you, you know, my stocks, my investments, you know, and present it to someone and say, hey, look, come work with me because look at this. You know, we don't. Our faith isn't on that. Okay, it's not something that you could put down like that. Our faith is in our works, is in our actions. So on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis, it jakes into the sports, you know, the play-by-play analysis. Okay, well, spiritually, hey, you're supposed to be in a spiritual play-by-play analysis. You know, just the other day, you know, I went to go put in gas, and you know, I saw this creature sitting on a bench, and I'm looking at it, and it's kind of in the sun, so I'm squinting hard at it. You know, just got off work, you know, so I'm tired, I'm looking tired, whatever. And I come out, and the creature says, excuse me, you know, can you give me a ride? I'm like, fuck, man. I'm going home, I'm right here. And the creature's like, oh, I'm just down the road, just a block. So I was like, all right, I'll give you a ride. You know? And so the creature gets in the car, and it's like, yeah, you know, my baby's dad, my kid. I'm like, oh, hell no. You know? I'm like, oh, hell no. She's like, yeah, take down my number, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, yep. Hey, fuck that shit, man. You know, that's Satan. You know, trying to tempt you, you know, throw you little, you know, you think, oh, hey, it's something different. And then, hey, look, the spirit revealed it fast. Hey, leave that one alone. You know? So, hey, you know, you're constantly going to be tested, constantly going to be tried to see, hey, look, hey, because truth be told, you know, hey, I want something. You know, I do want something. You know, and hey, it's like with Job, hey, do whatever you want to him, but don't take his life. You know? Hey, go ahead. You know, he's going to remain faithful. And those are the tests that we got to constantly see ourselves being put in, you know, which is showing a character. So that's giving us testimony. That's giving us opportunity to rejoice in that grace that's gonna be bestowed upon us if we are of those men. You know, all things are going to be fulfilled with or without the approval of the majority, man.
That's right.
It's gonna happen. Okay. Your brothers got anything else?
I just had a precept. While brothers was talking, this precept came into mind. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. You know? Yeah. You know, brothers was talking about how this place, we're not supposed to be, you know, we're supposed to be more looking towards the rejoicing, man. Because this right here, what we're in right now, this isn't our rest, man. This is hell, you know? So, hey, but the fact that we're actually putting forth actual effort to please the Most High in hopes of being delivered, man, you know, that speaks all in itself.
Yep, that's it. At the end of the day, every conversation you ever are gonna have is ultimately gonna boil down to faith. You know, it's always gonna come back down to faith. The reason why we do things and why we believe. You know, because if someone doesn't believe, you can sit here and argue the semantics of a word and, you know, the morality of this and that, right? And at the end of the day, it's just going to be, hey, well, look, this is our faith. You either have faith or you don't, And their faith is gonna be different than ours. You know? And that's what Yahweh Shai said. When he comes back, is he gonna find faith in the earth? And now he is, but the faith he's looking for is the faith towards Yahweh, okay, towards our Father, okay, in the name of Yahweh Shai, his son, which was destined, prophesied to come. You know, so unless you guys got anything else to throw in, you know, just wrap this one up. All right, so hey, with that, we're gonna say Shalom.
Shalom.